All right, gorgeous. Oh, mate. We're just waiting to see if we can hear you, hun.
Maybe it would help if I put my mic on.
That's it. No, exactly. It was. Hello, love.
That's it. How are you both?
Mate. Well, do you know what? I feel as if I can't actually complain because I slept from midnight until 5 o'clock this morning. So I feel quite bad saying I'm absolutely exhausted because Alex has been up forever. Whereas actually I kind of bounded out of bed at 5 and like, hi, I'm ready to go now.
Bless you. Well, let's see how you are a bit later on.
Yeah, no, exactly. And I've got to go work tomorrow, haven't I? So I'm a bit like, oh. But yeah, I'm okay. How you doing?
Do you know what? I'm all right. It's Monday.
Monday's Monday in.
Monday's got the Mondays.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
Monday is Monday in.
But it's okay. It's okay. Look, we can, it's a good, we're very privileged in so many ways. I'm holding on to that. I've decided that my mantra is going to be look for the glimmers.
Yes. I love
glimmers.
this.
Hi, Sarah.
We spend a lot of time, don't we? Hello, bless you.
Yeah, bless you.
Have you had lots of coffees, or do you
I've only
not
had
do
two coffees. I'm holding on. I did one
decaf.
coffee at 4 a.m.
You know
I
me,
think.
I can't handle caffeine.
And then I've had one more.
Not allowed.
I'm going to hit it up at the next interval.
Oh, bless you. Well, look, I'm so impressed. I jumped on this morning. I saw you, watched you for 10 minutes, and then I had to hop out
Yeah,
again.
I know.
But
You're busy. You're
full
busy.
of energy. Full of energy. It's so impressive. But yes, what I was talking about is we spend so much time. Well, I think at this moment it's really hard not to, that we focus quite a lot on the triggers, the things that are wrong or the things that are going to set us off. And actually, I've been fortunate in the last few weeks to have sight of some really great things, some wonderful conversations with folk, seeing services that are happening. The Citizens Hub is one of my favourite places on the planet. My mum, I tell you,
Honestly,
is
I'm
now
so happy about this.
your biggest fan of all. She thinks the Citizens Hub is like manna from heaven. It's just like she really does love it, and
She
the
comes
fact
back and back. Honestly, it's great.
Nice. Good. It's important that it's part of the community, right? We'll talk about that, especially kind of like intergenerational as well, right? Like 100%. The elders, the youth, and everybody in between, like using community space. That's what it's here for.
It's a beautiful thing. Yeah, she's off out. She's been out loads of times last week. It's like,
get down here, get down here.
I said to her, well, just you guys. I said to her, are you coming round for tea on Friday? She said, no, I'm still on the bus with the group. Like, all right then. Been dumped with the Citizens Hub.
I love that. Also, thanks for our hug. We had we literally bumped into each other. Was it last week? I don't know when it was.
Yeah, last week.
In passing, a bit like you. It's like we're busy. It's like, we got, do you want to hug? 2 minutes. Got to go. Got to train. Blah, blah, blah. But it's lovely. Yeah. Lovely to see you.
Yeah. I mean, amazing. And I think that we're going to the football as well. I think in a few weeks' time.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, we get in circles, isn't we?
1 second. Sorry. What did you just say?
Well, we got plans. We got plans.
What?
Well, I know. Yeah.
Yeah. 1 second.
It's very exciting. We're going to see the football.
Yeah.
It's Peterborough United, which is very important to our local community. So we're going to have a lovely day. But as I keep saying, so we're going with Matt Hyde's mutual friend,
Lloyds Bank Foundation CEO.
Yeah, and it's really important. We're going to be talking about communities. But as I told him, he's a Peterborough United fan. I'm a little bit of a bad luck charm. It's very likely that Peterborough will lose on that day because.
Oh mate, don't say that.
Oh dear. So the reason why I had to confirm this, right, is because Sarah said I'm going to see the football, right?
I know what she's going to say.
No. First of all, it's like normally people go to watch the football. This is why you know that she don't do football, right? Yeah. And second of all, I'm like,
just one football.
Yeah, just win. Like, when is this, Sarah? When is this? I love to see this.
It's on a Sunday. It means I'm going to have to get dressed and everything.
I love this for you.
Which
Yeah, we
is,
can have some
you
fun,
know
though.
how I feel about this.
I know.
You know how I feel about this. So Danielle knows I'm a proper homebody, right? I have been all my life. I like being at home. I like being with my family and with my kids. I don't have a social life, not because I don't have friends, because I've got loads. I've got Danielle. Like, I mean, she's like 5 friends in one. So,
That's very true.
you know,
It's very true.
yeah. So I've got lots of people I could go with. I just like lying on the sofa.
And we love
That's
this
cool.
for you. All right, so I'll have to tell this story before Sarah gets into her thing. Bob. So I'm like, I've got Sarah, we're friends, right? So we're not like just work colleagues, we are friends. So I'll text Sarah, and in the beginning, 10, 11 years ago, because our daughters go to school together, I used to go, oh, Sarah, should we go out? Like, and she'd be like, yeah. She never meant yes, ever, first of all. And she used to do this thing where so in the end, I used to, yeah, exactly, yes. So I used to say, oh, you coming out? And she'd be like, yeah, of course.
My actual body would be going no, but my mouth would be saying.
And so now it's like we invite her, but we know she's not coming.
That's
and
cool.
But we love her anyway. So you accept people where you meet people where they're at. You know.
Well, then in which case, I know how serious you are about some of the conversations.
Exactly. That's why I was so
Some-
shocked.
No, it's a big conversation right
Yes,
now, and
fair enough.
we've got some big stuff going on, haven't we, Sarah?
Yeah, this is hardcore. So I'm making the
You
effort.
gotta go. All right, babe.
Should look at processing it.
But no, Alex. The whole time I'm there, I'm in the back of my
I
mind.
got you though. I know that now, so I got you.
I should be in my pajamas.
That's right.
Yeah, it's fine. I got you. I see it, and I got you now. You're
Thank
good.
you.
You're good.
Yes.
I
So
didn't
how
even
much?
look
Go on.
We got like 20 minutes, but I didn't know what we actually wanted to talk about with you today. You've sent quite a lot of stuff through here.
Did I?
Yeah, you went off on one. You went off on one.
I go off on one.
Yeah. So we got personal experience is the thing, but I don't know if you want to talk about something a bit more future focused.
Did Louise send it? I was asking.
I don't. You know. Also that I'm flying by the seat of my pants
Well,
a
you ain't
little bit.
alone.
Yeah.
So, and that's what I caught from you.
What's front of mind? What are you curious about right now?
What am I curious about right now? Well, actually, do you know what? I'm a little bit obsessed with 24-hour access to mental health support in communities. Very much inspired by the work of the Hub, but also stuff that's going on in the Mind Network, etc. Things that I've done in the past, services that we've created, and so on. And I really do think that we've got to a point where the only answer right now is that we have open access 24/7 mental health hubs in communities.
Yeah, man. Yeah, damn right. Let's go.
That's basically it.
Some of that.
And I don't know, I can't now think of any other solution. And that's, I have been in mental health 35 years, and we're going full circle, right? Because when I first started out, what we provided for people when they left long stay hospitals was community support, like day centres and places for people to go, places for people to develop relationships, things for people to do, support to, be part of the community and so on, which is exactly what the Citizens Hub does, right? You are giving people a stake in their own community. Amen. And that's part of what 24-hour mental health hubs could do. But also, we've got loads of people in crisis. They're not getting the help they need, but often they don't need a hospital. They don't need to be in an inpatient ward or whatever. What they do need is they need to be able to go somewhere right away, walk in where they're not going to be judged, where they're going to be supported, recognised, welcomed, given a cup of tea, sat down and given the care and support that they need. And when we keep thinking there has to be a silver bullet for mental health, I'm afraid it's not. It's community, it's relationship, it's that. And I'm afraid the more we look for this big thing, the more we are losing sight of actually what matters.
Amen. And so I just kind of like to give you a little bit of background. So I don't know if all of you guys know, Sarah used to be the chief executive of CPSL Mind.
And we got Olivia in later, by the way. Olivia's coming in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, the wonderful Olivia, yes.
But now Sarah sits in the top job for National Mind as the
We
chief
didn't actually
executive,
introduce
right?
her. Sarah Hughes, CEO
of National Mind across the whole of the UK. And what I find lovely about this story is because what you've just said, I remember you giving me an opportunity at ABC Life Support going into the sanctuary in Cambridge. And those of you that don't know about the sanctuary, it's something that you spearheaded, I do believe, at CPSL Mind, which talks to that 24-hour access. It was an open house that you could go to if you were in crisis in Cambridge at that moment and need support. And it was exactly that. People were able to give you a cup of tea, able to sit down, talk you through your challenges and offer real human interaction. And its success rate was phenomenal. And Sarah introduced me to the organisation, and we taught them first aid training, because that was what ABC Life Support CIC did. And seeing it in real life and seeing what the opportunities were in real life mental health interventions on the ground has been phenomenal. And taking that mentality now to National Mind and showing them that you have a solution. There has been tried and tested pilots across community. We now need to think strategically with those things about adopting them because it works. Sanctuary was flipping amazing.
This is the thing. And that's part of my frustration, I guess, that we're overcomplicating the whole thing. We know what works. We know how much it costs. We know what the impact is on the entire system. So it really just demands a reorientation of the way we spend our money. And I know that sounds incredibly grand, but it's absolutely doable. And when I think about, the sanctuary or all of the other services we've got around the country that are open access, I visited one in York, for instance, a couple of weeks ago. This is what people need and want. Mm-hmm. And so the constant, we've spent a lot of time individualizing people's issues. So we're like, you need therapy, or, you need to be more resilient. You need to fix up. You need to do this. But actually, a community that is open, that is non-judgmental, that can be curious about you, that can accept you for your differences, whether that is race, gender, sexuality, or whatever, that is what creates mentally healthy societies.
Yes.
It really is. And I don't know, it's not more complicated than that.
No, it really isn't. It isn't. You can imagine our conversations when we've had
oh my gosh,
when we get the opportunity to do so, can't you?
Hilarious. So if we catch each other on the train,
we do. And I think exactly, we do. We end up getting accosted on trains when we're together. But I think what's lovely about our friendship and also about the work that we do is that when you are a true socialist, and Sarah, doctorate and social worker, etc., me, social, a social carer at heart, it is ultimately about the community, and it is ultimately about living through their lens and seeing what works and what doesn't work and what options are available, etc., etc. And our conversations are never ever small, ever, because it's always about this. Because you live and breathe it, don't you? And you like so
I live and breathe it in terms of my work and the way I think, but you live and breathe it in terms of how you live your life. So that's the difference between you and I, which is because in a way, I come from a very big family, brought up like in, massive, all my family living with me, etc. I feel really privileged to have all of that kind of insight and knowledge. As I've grown up, I've become somebody who's much more kind of focused on my, my immediate family and my friends, etc., in terms of those relationships. I don't really do very much in terms of engaging with the community. And we've talked about this a lot, that I wear sunglasses so people don't look me in the eye. I kind of, I don't often, I haven't really spoken a lot about who I am locally because I don't want to create expectations that I can't meet. You, Danielle, are very different, and you live the life of community. You live the life of, as I say, walking up the road with Danielle is a nightmare. So I'm like that. Oh my God. She's talking to someone again. My God. And I love that about you, but that's not how I live. And so my contribution to the notion of community is very much kind of in the work that I do and how I advocate. You live it, Danielle. You are a beacon of our community. You have, done all sorts of things through your kids, doing all sorts of stuff, coaching or whatever you've done there, but also the way you engage the community yourself. And I just kind of wanted to say that publicly.
Oh, thanks, lovely.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
lovely.
Go on, Danny.
Thank you.
So love it.
I know, I do love you. I love you
we've
very
got
much.
love.
And I just, I'm so proud of you. And I think that this issue of community, there are people who, I fight for it and I'll always have your back. And then there are people who live it. And I just, there are, all of us are needed, I know.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talked about it earlier, didn't we? We had this conversation earlier. It's about the different roles that people play. And it's really interesting because I've been going through some reflection changes around the role I'm playing. I'm a granddad nowadays. I know I'm only 37, but it's the mileage. It's the mileage.
Yeah,
it's the mileage.
yeah, absolutely.
I started pretty young. I've had a few careers already and whatnot. And actually, how over the next probably 2 or 3 years, especially as we scale this project, I go from the disruptive fire starter entrepreneur, go punch some stuff in the face and figure it out, to systems builder, culture builder, framework, intellectual property, big scale. And actually, I find it interesting because I'm now spending my time. I like to master things, so I'm now spending my time with more Sarah Hugheses, who are systems builders and infrastructure builders and culture builders, and I find it really fascinating to see that bridge. It's like the second arc for me in my own development, and I'm enjoying learning about that, the infrastructure piece. So when you're looking at what's left behind to allow others, because we talked about earlier, we've got Sam. We've got Sam Squire, young entrepreneur of the year east of England. He needs a platform. He needs a runway. He needs a plane. He needs a hub. He needs a bus. He needs all the stuff he demands every day, as a chair to keep up with that, But our role in this next step, or for me personally, is in how do I become an infrastructure builder rather than the energy life force.
I think that's really hard. In fact, it's really interesting because I'm trying to get back to my writing my blogs, and I had a bit of a break before Christmas. We had a family bereavement, and I sort of went off piste. So I'm bringing it back, and I'm thinking about one of the things is the cost of leadership, right? Is complex, and one of those is it'll make sense to you why I'm saying this in a minute, but the moral injury of leadership can be that when you go to often scale or profile, that the authenticity of you has to be compromised, because there is no doubt that to be a leader in the public eye at national scale demands compromise. And it's about the level of compromise you're willing to make and take. And the residue of that can sometimes be moral injury. So best believe, as the chief exec of one of the biggest mental health organizations in the country, in Europe, there is no doubt that I should be able to do and say things that I think are right. Absolutely not. Yes. And that is because it's no longer about me and my desire and my view, but about hundreds and thousands of people that I'm now trying to advocate for. And that just changes the game. And so when you become you are the person, the face of citizens hubs around the country, you are no longer Alex Hughes, the hero of Cambridgeshire. You represent something else that is fragile, scary, and you need people around you.
Well, good job I got you, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm telling you. I mean, it's true, though, isn't it, Dan?
No, I hear you.
Yeah,
I hear you.
And it's something we often struggle with, is that showing up, that authenticity, that authentic voice, saying what you want to say or saying what needs to be said, and saying what you want to say versus what your people want you to say.
Yeah, and that is a struggle, and I think that's something that if we're going to build all these hubs around the country, whatever we call them, we need a lot of thoughtful leaders. We're going to need to share that leadership in a way that's that enables them to thrive.
That's right.
And we need to understand that.
Sarah, I spoke about you earlier when we were talking about AI.
At least 10 times, actually. I think she hasn't stopped shut up, babe, actually.
About AI, and it was, I know, right? Because Sarah, if you haven't followed Sarah on the Instagram, do it, because it's hilarious, because she often has Monday rants, and they are brilliant.
I know, I've missed my morning, but
I was going to check in to see if you've done it, right? But you did you did one last Friday, I think it was. Because again, sisterhood here, we share each other's stuff and we amplify each other's stuff, which is quite rightfully what you should be doing. But you wrote about AI, and we were talking about AI because Alex sent me a massive list of things that I could do to prompt my, what's it called?
You asked for it.
I did. What I didn't expect was to have 4 essays, right? Like, which I had to read through on WhatsApp. And I was like, no, I can't. He's going to have to show me. And I mentioned about the fact that you'd named your AI, and that you're very, very considered with the use of AI.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, look, so I'm a bit obsessed with AI. When I first started using it, so I've been consistently using it now for 18 months. And when I first started using it, I was like, oh my gosh, I've now found the answer to all of the world's problems, right? And, really excited about it. Apart from one of my early errors with AI, which I'll just tell the story quickly, which I wrote a blog. I asked it to design a picture for me and of my beauty cabinet, because it was a beauty blog. And anyway, Billy had to tell me that, did I notice that there was a sex toy in the middle of
No.
Yeah. So I changed that picture pretty rapidly. Because I didn't feel like that I really wanted that. I know that I hope no young people got too shocked. But the reality is you don't go into it with this idea it's the hero of the piece.
No.
But we also cannot ignore it, because frankly, it is what we put in. So if we leave it to the bad folk, and we know who the bad folk are, don't we? So if we leave it to the bad folk, then it's just going to be bad, right? So I feel like I have a duty to wrestle control from the bad guys of AI. I see the benefits. I also think we have a duty to talk about the risks. And so certainly Mind will be doing quite a lot of work around AI and mental health, more to come shortly. But I think it's one of the most important considerations of our time.
Absolutely.
I agree with that. And I think what's interesting, likewise, Sarah, so I've been obsessed with AI for a good few years now. I'm a bit of a techie, but at heart, actually. And I think it's really interesting times when we think about the positive, negative use and the environmental side of things. We talk about water a lot. I can get on with the electricity bit because we'll be solar soon anyway, don't worry about it. And that's infinite. We've got this massive ball of energy in the sky. We should probably use it more. The water is an issue. But I think we need to educate ourselves on this stuff. And 2 things that I would add on that. So AI literacy. So we've got young people literally upstairs right now learning coding. I know it's on Friday, I don't know.
Absolutely.
We said it was earlier. But at a leadership level, AI theory. So leadership needs to, personally, what I like to see is people in leadership positions understanding the good use of it and the ethics of it. And then if you're a young person coming into the market, or anyone looking to retrain, whatever your circumstance, you want to learn something, that you need to learn the tools. Because that's the future. That is the future.
And so we've done a lot. We've got apprenticeships at every level in our organisation. I've done a course with Zoe Amar, the leading sort of charity person for AI. And in fact, I just asked one of my our OD, if I could, organizational development person, if I could do the apprenticeship that we are developing, which it's a 13-month apprenticeship, and it goes through every single detail. I mean, it's a level 3 apprenticeship on AI, but I'm really, it's at that level you have to understand, right? Yeah. Because you cannot assume that you get it just because you work out how to prompt. So I think it's really important. And just a quick one before I go, Alex, my brother went to school with you. He's probably 2 years younger than you are.
Uh-oh.
William Hughes, it's all right. He said you were nice, so it's all right. It's all right. But he now works in the music industry, and I should introduce you because he works for, reintroduce you. He works for a Sony spin-off, which is using AI to make sure artists are able to protect their music and to be able to sort of work out how you use AI in the music industry. And it's really, I think, impressive stuff. And I think there's loads, isn't there? The opportunities.
Do connect me. So I'll be seeing your mum.
My mum. I know.
It's all just going to merge into one big, beautiful mind and citizen
just
hub.
join the family, Alex, at this stage.
Yeah, I don't know. Be careful you wish for, mate.
Very welcome.
All right,
Thank
bless
you
you.
so much for having me, and good luck with the rest of the day. You are marvellous, honestly, marvellous.
Thanks,
Love
lovely.
Much love, much
See
love.
you later.
See you later, Sarah.
Bye.
See you later. Love it. Okay, let's just pause for a minute.
Yep.
We've got Gary in the waiting. We've got a couple of minutes. How you feeling?
Oh,
Are you all right? Let's check in.
Not too bad.